Hi, everyone. I'm honored and beyond excited to welcome you all, friends, family, faculty, students, the graduating class of 2020-21, to the School of Information and Library Science commencement ceremony. It's a unique joy being here today to celebrate the accomplishments of all the students receiving their undergraduate and graduate degrees. It's bittersweet, but I know I'm excited to graduate today and to explain to all my relatives again what exactly a degree in information science is. When I first came to Carolina 4 years ago, I didn't know much about information science. So my journey to SILS was actually quite long, and I didn't commit to this major until my junior year. But having been at SILS for the past 2 years now, I can say that becoming a part of the school has been one of the best decisions that I could have made. SILS is a wonderfully interdisciplinary community, which makes it the perfect place to explore different paths and gain new perspectives from people who are endlessly creative and passionately driven to improve their world. It's a special place for all its dedicated students and the amazing faculty who supported us and challenged us to achieve our best. And regardless of what paths you all are planning to take as you leave here, whether you know exactly where you want to be and how to get there, or if it's all just a big blob of uncertainty, I feel that the school has given us some of the most important lessons that we can take away from our education. Our time here hasn't just taught us the skills that we would need to know for a specific job. Rather, it's taught us how to learn and to adapt and persevere so that we can take our lessons and apply them anywhere. And particularly as information specialists at this time when technology is changing so rapidly and information is really our most valuable asset, learning and adapting are two of the most important things that we can be good at. And being here today shows that we are good at them and that we have the potential to shape the future of information the way we envision it. I'm so grateful for my time here at SILS and for being able to share it with you all. Thank you. A huge congratulations to my fellow graduating students, and best of luck, class of 2021.
Thank you, Mara, and congratulations to you on your commencement this evening. Welcome to our first ever virtual commencement ceremony. We're so glad you have joined us to celebrate our 2020 and 2021 UNC School of Information and Library Science graduates and our Carolina Health Informatics Program graduates. Thank you to the family and friends who supported these students over the years and who have longed for this day and logged in for this special event. While we have changed the format of our celebration, the pride and elation we feel at seeing these students reach their goals remains as strong as ever. Graduates, you have persevered during an extraordinary time, one marked by disruption, isolation, and pain caused by the ravages of the COVID-19 pandemic and the continuing harms inflicted by social injustice and political instability. You've coped, adapted, and risen to the challenges, and we congratulate you on your achievements. I hope you take some time to savor your accomplishments, reflect on all that you have achieved, and connect with your loved ones before you commence upon the next phase of your lives. Please know that you're now a part of our family, forever tied to Chapel Hill and to SILS. With your SILS education and the human-centric perspective it provides, you're uniquely qualified to navigate the challenges ahead and to help find strategies that can balance the benefits of digital information and enabling technology with the importance of personal privacy, self-determination, and human dignity. The faculty and I know you are capable of not only making great advancements, but also great contributions. And we look forward to seeing the impact you have on our community, our field, and on the world. My own personal advice is to never forget that all of your expertise and intelligence will be magnified enormously when augmented by offering others a smile, an attentive ear, and a helping hand. It's amazing how much kindness and compassion can do. Now, I will turn over the proceedings to the SILS Alumni Association President, Hillary Fox, who is going to introduce you to our 4 most recent Distinguished Alumni Award recipients.
Hello, graduates of 2020 and 2021. My name is Hillary Fox, class of 2014, and I'm the president of the SILS Alumni Association. On behalf of SILSA, I'd like to congratulate you on officially becoming alumni of one of the top information and library science programs in the country. It goes without saying, but it's been a wild year. So I hope you are taking a moment to literally applaud yourselves from wherever you are joining the ceremony tonight. When I think about everything you all have had to overcome during the pandemic, I'm reminded of one family that I got to know well over the past year. And I'd like to share their story with you in hopes that you will find camaraderie and the resilience that they showed during a difficult time. This story, it's about the Rose family, which includes video store magnate Johnny, his wife / soap opera actress Moira, and their two pampered adult children, David and Alexis. The Roses lost their fortune and were forced to move to a motel in a quaint rural town. The family, they understandably resented their predicament, and they couldn't understand the people or this new town that was destined to become their new home. But over time, the family started putting roots down by becoming regulars at a local diner. Moira joined a community choral group called the Jazzagals. Johnny bought the motel they were living in and turned it into a business. David found love and opened a store that was, quote, an immersive branding experience. And Alexis found her independence and even got to perform her single, A Little Bit Alexis, for the town. David and his mother Moira even challenged themselves in new ways by making enchiladas, despite the fact that they never learned what fold in the cheese actually meant. Even though they had no money, friends, or a sense of community, the Roses started to grow into unselfish, self-aware, and caring people who were loved by the town. While the Roses never faced a pandemic or were bedeviled with Zoom meetings, as Moira would say, they found ways to get through an unpleasant situation and even found ways to thrive under the circumstances. Although not everyone graduating may be as big of a Mariah Carey fan as David is, there are certainly parallels in the resiliency displayed by the characters in Schitt's Creek and today's graduating classes. You started your SILS journey with expectations that were quickly overshadowed by a pandemic, yet you still managed to form a community, try things that made you nervous, and grew as humans and young professionals. I hope you realize that after all of this, you all are simply the best. At this point in the program, we would like to take a moment to recognize alumni who are also simply the best for the impact they've had on the ILS community. Each year, the SILSA board honors the achievements of alumni, like yourselves, with the Distinguished Alumni Award. This award recognizes alumni who have demonstrated outstanding professional library or information science achievements at a national, state, or local level, or who have provided outstanding service to SILS or its alumni association at the time of the award. I am honored to introduce to you today the 4 recipients of the award for 2020 and 2021. Please join me in celebrating the achievements of Catherine Cole, Meredith Evans, Nathaniel King, and Jennifer Manning. Thank you.
Good evening and congratulations to you all. My name is Catherine Cole and I have the supreme pleasure of spending my days serving as the school librarian about a mile down the road from UNC at Northside Elementary School. I'm so honored to be a part of a special day in your SILS journey, and it was and continues to be a special place to me. When asked to share remarks for today's ceremony, I reflected on a multitude of things that I could say, but there is one thing that really stood out. The one thing that has taught me the most while simultaneously bringing the most joy through good times and challenging moments. The one thing is relationships. The importance of knowing your community and centering relationships in this work. Relationships matter. This past year of teaching and learning through a pandemic has only solidified the necessary importance of building relationships early and often. I have learned that to know your community, to truly know them, you have to see them. And you can't fully see the community you serve without authentic relationships at the center. Often, that means listening more and talking less. It means knowing that even though we're librarians and information specialists that know how to find the answers, we don't always have them ourselves. Understanding there is always always more learning to be done to impact how we view and move through the world. And it means creating library spaces with our community in mind, spaces that allow our community to feel valued and connected. I'm an elementary school librarian, so my work is grounded in children, and I truly believe that children teach us how to be our most human selves. They let us know when we're funny and when we're not. They find joy in the little things, and they let us know through their words and actions when something isn't working. They are our best barometer for what it means to be human. They call out unfairness, can have frank and honest conversations in ways that many adults struggle to do themselves. Our children also have stories that can teach us, but children will not give those freely. It's once you build community and trust that stories are shared. This is true of any community, recognizing that stories are a gift to be shared. Once community is built, those stories make us all stronger. Our communities, our children have to know that we care, that we hear them, that we will advocate alongside them, and their stories matter. We create spaces in which their stories and experiences are validated and seen. Our collections must be filled with books that scholar Dr. Rudine Sims Bishop teaches us offer mirrors and windows into our world. Now, that first year out might feel very overwhelming, and you might feel unsure of where exactly to begin. Center relationships. Make it your mission to get to know your community. Now, from a school librarian's perspective, the lessons, the research skills, the connected curriculum, the standards, the maker projects, all of those things will come. With time, you will develop skills you didn't even know would be part of the job. But that first year, create a space built around community, a place your community wants to be, in which they feel valued, seen, heard, uplifted, a space that allows them to just be without recourse or expectation, a space in which they know relationships are centered, their voice matters, and joy shines because they get to be themselves, and in that, they see themselves and their community reflected back. To quote my dear, dear friend and fellow SILS alum, Julie Stivers, she says, "Our primary role is not that of keeper of the books. Our primary role is twofold: cultivator of literacy and nurturer of students' full selves and interests. We cannot serve those primary roles without relationships at the heart of what we do. Relationships matter." So I ask you, how will you nurture your community? How will you help cultivate community in which people can be their most authentic selves? How will you celebrate and champion literacy as a right and not a privilege for a few? How will you not just say, but show that relationships matter? I hope you will join me and others in making your library a place that centers relationships, cultivates joy, and champions literacy in all forms, a place that puts community first. Congratulations and many well wishes on a wonderful journey ahead. You will shine. Thank you.
Greetings. I am Meredith Evans, daughter, mother, activist, librarian, archivist, manager of cultural institutions, the 74th president of the Society of American Archivists, and currently the director of the Carter Presidential Library and Museum. I always say that I'm over-degreed, but when I really think about it, my degree from SILS is particularly valuable, serving as a final stepping stone in my educational life. When I look back over the past decade, navigating a challenging job market, while burdened with student loan debt, facing racial injustice, and then the pandemic, it is clear to me that my time matriculating through school helped me navigate it all. A degree is more than a means to an end, a piece of paper, access to a job, a paycheck. I believe that our work, our shared work in information, libraries, archives, and cultural heritage work generally is a social responsibility. Not all of us entered this profession knowing what they wanted to do. but I did. I came to SILS to start a second career, knowing that this profession would have a different impact on those around me, and it would return me to my initial love of history. When I began my doctoral journey at SILS, I represented more than my family and community, but also historically Black colleges, where most of my seasoned librarian supporters and idols came from. Yes, I had librarian idols. I hope you do too. While I enjoyed being a practitioner, I knew I wanted to teach and help expand the profession and include more people, different people, by any means necessary. I only knew of 2 Black women who had achieved PhDs from SILS before me. May Rodney led the way in 1986. Irene Owens came next 9 years later in 1995. It would be another 11 years before I finished in 2006. I am glad to know I was not the last. I knew the path that they paved had to be maintained. I believed then, and I do now, that this profession draws people in, people with different backgrounds, perspectives, and origins that accurately represent the dynamic society in which we live. This profession is a social responsibility. So as you celebrate this huge accomplishment, I ask you to contemplate your next steps thoughtfully and with intention. While we often reconcile things through our own worldview, it is worthwhile to step outside of our comfort zones to learn more about other people and things that we may not understand or encounter daily. How else will we learn and understand the origins of the disparities between and within our communities if we don't remain open? How do we improve our practice and develop equitable procedures? How else do we make a positive impact on society if we don't join hands and work to create and make accessible collections that liberate the range of voices that have been denied, silenced, or ignored? You can and should confront and strive to correct the skewed systems and conditions in which we live, work, and play, until those who have been silenced or hidden receive the respect and inherent dignity we all rightly deserve. It is a social responsibility. You have now been charged to collect, to organize, to describe, to provide access to materials in all formats, to steward things that inform people's decision-making. You are the ones that will objectively authenticate what is collected, preserved, and made accessible to people. In the words of Neil Tyson deGrasse, yeah, the science guy, our work turns data into information, information into knowledge, knowledge into wisdom. Whatever part of the process you take in it still comes with social responsibility. I hope that's why you chose this profession. I hope that's why you chose SILS. I hope you know that all of your fellow alumni know this and have your back. It's an honor to stand beside you, and I know you'll do great things.
Congratulations, graduates. My name is Nathaniel King, and I'm the library director at Nevada State College. I wanted to offer some advice for maximizing your well-being at work post-graduation. That advice is this: pay as much attention to your future manager as to where you'll work, how much you'll be paid, and what you'll be working on. Good managers can have an enormous impact on your career progression, and they can significantly enhance the quality of your life. I wanted to give you some examples of how this might play out for you. First of all, managers will often set the tone for your unit's norms around diversity, equity, and inclusion. In our current moment, your supervisor may determine your unit's health and safety practices. In a more global sense, according to the Gallup organization, around 70% of the variance in employee engagement is related to your manager. And then if or maybe when you leave your current position, your future employer will often request a reference from your current supervisor. And then finally, if you design more challenging work, either through promotions or being assigned to special projects, your manager is often the source of those opportunities. So I wanted to leave you with 3 evidence-informed questions for selecting a good manager, because it's such an important skill to develop. First one is, does this person seem in tune with what it feels like to work with them? In other words, do you see evidence that they can put yourself into your shoes and understand your experiences, your expectations, and your background? 2, after you interact with this person, do you feel that you have more or less energy? That feeling is probably a good sign of things to come. And then finally, and perhaps most importantly, would your future peers enthusiastically choose to work with this supervisor again? Well, that's it for me. Good luck on your journey and enjoy this moment.
Thank you so much to the entire UNC SILS community. I am so humbled and grateful for this award and for the opportunity to speak to you today. My name is Jennifer Manning. I graduated from SILS with a master's in library science in 1991, and I serve as a senior research librarian at the Congressional Research Service, which is the division of the Library of Congress, which directly serves Congress and the Vice President. I am not coming to you live today because during commencement, I will actually be at the Pisgah Inn up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, which has less than ideal tech connectivity. I want to acknowledge that the inn is in the homeland of the Cherokee Nation and the homeland of some of my ancestors. And with that, my first piece of advice for all of you graduates, now that exams are over and papers turned in, is to get outside, unplug, and experience some connectivity with nature. A few weeks ago, I was in an all-staff Zoom meeting, as we all were, and a manager said that they were working to get our agency back to normal, to get back to exactly the way things were early last year before the global pandemic started. And I thought to myself, but we can't go back to exactly the way things were, and we shouldn't want to. All the pain and loss and grief and disruption we've endured during this pandemic, and all the confusion and uncertainty you had to experience as students, all this revealed to us some things that I hope we can carry forward in our work. I hope we understand better now that the most important part of any institution, any university, and any workplace is its people. If the people aren't healthy and safe and supported and acknowledged, nothing else matters and nothing really will work. I hope that we've developed a newfound appreciation for the frontline workers and the unsung employees, and that you will carry that appreciation forward in your careers and work to convert that appreciation into policies and practices. I hope that we learned that our workplaces and our work schedules can be more flexible than many of us ever realized, and not just in times of emergency. Finally, I hope that we all realize that when necessary, we can take that tired justification, but we've always done it that way, and just chuck it out the window. We all learned during this pandemic what it is like to be forced almost overnight to stop doing the normal, everyday things and to scramble to reinvent our studies and our work. It was frustrating and emotionally draining, and some of the things that we tried didn't work that well, but I hope that all of you graduates go out into your careers willing to be that person who sometimes will have to say, we don't necessarily have to keep doing it that way. Thank you again, and congratulations to you all.
The Alfreda Chapman Research Award is presented in the spring and fall to master's students who demonstrate outstanding creative and scholarly vision in their research proposals. Congratulations to Lenny Argabright, Jess Ebsten, Alyssa James, Lauren Wise, and Jordan Wrigley. The Dean's Achievement Award is presented annually to students who have produced the highest quality master's paper for that academic year. Congratulations to Laura Carroll, John Clancy, Kennedy McGinnis, and Meg McMahon. The SILS Alumni Association annually confers the Outstanding Service to the School Award to graduating students who have made an exceptional impact on the school during their time here. Congratulations to Katie Kehoe and Jess Ebsten, who are both being recognized for their transformative leadership of the Community Workshop Series Volunteer Outreach Program. The SILS Diversity Advocate Certificate, offers formal recognition to SILS students who have demonstrated an active commitment to making their school and the field of information and library science more diverse, equitable, and inclusive. Congratulations to all of our 2020 and 2021 Diversity Advocate Certificate recipients. In addition to celebrating our graduates, SILS takes time during our annual commencement to recognize the recipients of the Deborah Barrow Award for Teaching Excellence. Congratulations to the 2020 award winners, Maggie Mello and Emily Roscoe. And to the 2021 award winners, Ray Wang, Megan von Eisenberg, and Sarah Cantrell. This year, SILS has also elected to recognize an additional faculty member with a special proclamation for excellence in education leadership. Whereas Casey Rawson has consistently demonstrated exceptional instructional skill, dedication, and effectiveness. Whereas Casey Rawson has engaged students in a meaningful community building experiences, both inside and outside the classroom. Whereas Casey Rawson has shown inspired leadership over the past 2 years as the SILS faculty have endeavored to reevaluate and re-envision the curriculum for our master's programs. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the UNC School of Information and Library Science recognizes and thanks Casey Rawson for her ongoing devotion to student success and well-being, and her tireless efforts to improve the educational experience for future SILS students.
Congratulations to the Bachelor of Science in Information Science graduates for 2020 and 2021. Mohammed Al-Shantir, Amore Ariel Allen, Iga Chen, Rosiah Cordero, Genevieve Jenna Kreitz, Amy Deng, Shaheen Faramund, Cameron Fisher, Yafan P, Ryan Franklin Hughes, Ava Janowski, Josh Kutak, Chandler Kristen Lanier, Yishwan Bella Lee, Wesley Linhart, Jonah David Lewis, Jonathan Earl Long, Zoe Nicole Nikki Mandarico, Neil Ninesh Mehta, Lorenzo Morinelli, Jaylyn Brantley Murray, Anne Sophie Knockman, Mara Negrut, Natalie Marie Perez, Shelby Lane Polyachek. Arshnor Kaur Sangha. Alec Smur. Tori Hannah Salas. Katie Shepard. Matthew Stevens. Rebecca Erin Polson Wade. Rachel Elizabeth Woke.
Congratulations to our Masters of Science in Information Science and our Masters of Science in Library Science 2020 and 2021 graduates. Frank Alford. Annika Austin. Ariel Angelina Bates. Megan K. Boland. Jade Marie Bruno. Ileana Teresa Burgos. Laura Vivian Carroll. Yu Ping Chen. Christopher Hugh Cosgrove. Mary Hannah Curran. Rucha Hareshush Kumar Dewaldi. Sharon Demarest. Leon Sebring Dewar V. Jess Ebston. Meg Everest. Yi Mei Fan. Annie Sophia Fisher. Catherine Mary Gallagher. Catherine Rose Green. Cassidy Ray Harding. Carrie Hill. Olivia Jameson. Michelle Aaron Johnson. Megan Keene. Allison Kittinger. Willa Lee. Ziyu Liang. Xinyao Liu. Jacob McDonald. Chloe Tausi Medic. Jillian McQuistion. Stacy Stephanie McDonald. Kennedy McGinnis. Margaret McGuire. Adrian McNair. Kelly Miller. Lydia Morris. Kayla Olson. Mary Ann Orell. Nicole Tavishan Polveski. Mara Plantholt. Raw Young Chin. Carly Richardson. Jeffrey Robbins. Diane Rodden. Sylvia Louise Sheffield. Gavin Merritt Shelton. Emily Simmons. Carrie Spencer. Kristen Stockdale. Allison Annette Take. Leah Tams. Sarah Elizabeth Wall. Guao Lin Wang. Jofu Wang. Kiana Webster. Carolyn Welker. Ximing Win. Jenna Wine. Rachel Nevada Wood. Yifei Yang. Alex Youngman. Win Shin Zing. Frank Zhang. Lulu Zelinskis. Congratulations to our Doctor of Philosophy in Information and Library Science 2020 and 2021 graduates. Sandeep Avula. Heather Lynn Barnes. Kimberly Ann Lancaster Hirsch. Emily Roscoe. Megan Threats.
Congratulations to our Master of Professional Science in Biomedical and Health Informatics 2020 and 2021 graduates.
Rekha Darshan Divakuran. Megan Leanne Foster. Roshan John. Adnan Lakdawala. Dr. Trusha Tanisha. Ashlyn Nicole Zabrowski.
Congratulations to our Doctor of Philosophy in Health Informatics 2020 and 2021 graduates.
Manish Kumar. Tarika Lakeisha McCall.
Prior to today's closing remarks for the 2021 commencement ceremony, we would like to formally recognize our entire 2020 and 2021 graduating students.
Congratulations, all of you. Well done on your graduation. I raise my mug to you, and since I can't be there to shake your hand, here is a virtual high five.
Congratulations, you made it.
Congratulations and all the best wishes for the future.
Congratulations, SILS graduates. You stuck it out. You're awesome.
Congratulations, graduates. I wish you the best of luck in your next adventure.
Congratulations on completing your degree. Now go forth and do amazing things.
Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. Wishing you the best on this beautiful graduation day. Congratulations.
We are proud of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. You have worked so hard to get to this moment, and I am so happy for all of you.
Congratulations.
You did it. Congratulations, graduates. Take the time to celebrate. We are so, so proud of you all.
Wow, that was fantastic. I wish we were all in person so we could high five and hug and really take those photos. Well, here we come to the close of our ceremony. Thank you for sharing this special occasion with us today. Whatever you do and wherever you go, you are our graduates, and you will always be ambassadors for the UNC School of Information and Library Science. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the school, I congratulate you and extend warm wishes as you begin your professional careers. Graduates, to symbolize your graduation, I now invite you to virtually turn your tassels. It's a lot more fun when we're all in person. I wish I could have, we could have our usual reception and photo sessions together now, but I do hope that you will celebrate wherever you may be and stay safe and strong in the times ahead. Thank you for joining us tonight.